Welcome to my channel. My name is Alexa Alyssa, and I love talking about hair and life advice. Today's video is going to be a walkthrough of me getting ready. I will be doing a strawberry makeup look and also a slick back ponytail with extensions. You won't regret following along because the look came out phenomenal and I got compliments all night. While you follow along visually, I will be sharing a story about my first long term relationship when I was 23 years old. This relationship lasted 5 years. And because my channel is also about life advice, I have a lot of reflections and lessons from this relationship that I want to share. First, I'm going to talk about the relationship, and then at the end, I will be going into my reflections and advice that I would give my 23-year-old self, but also advice I think will be useful for anyone around that age that is thinking about and wanting a relationship. So I was 23 years old and I was coming out of 3 years of being intentionally single. The reason I was intentionally single is because I was busy. I was booked and busy. I was in college, paying for college. So I was in college full time, working full time, and I was trying to secure housing. So I come from a single parent household and I did not have any help at all. So I was starting my foundation from scratch. So those 3 years, I used it to build my credit, save money, work as much as I can, finish college with good grades, and a boy just seemed like a distraction during this time. I also did not want a boyfriend because I wanted to be independent first before I saw a boyfriend. I am grateful for this mindset. I think I learned it from watching my mom hustle raising 3 kids. Like, I just didn't want that for myself. And even though I wanted a boyfriend, I wanted to come from a place where I had my own. So I was in school for business and marketing, and when I graduated, I secured a really great job in Midtown Manhattan. I was making about 55,000 plus all the best benefits that you can think of. I secured an apartment with two roommates in downtown New York financial district, and I graduated cum laude. So I was really proud of myself, and I wanted to enjoy the fruit of my labor with somebody. I didn't have that many friends in Manhattan from the Bronx. I was pretty lonely living in this world of, like, hustle and bustle, city dwelling. And because of this, I knew I wanted someone that was vibrating and living a similar life to me. And that's what Andy was living. He was new to the city from Chicago and making a name for himself in finance. And so was I. This is before COVID when everyone was in the office. So it was just like a different type of hustle because you had to prove yourself every day and you couldn't hide. Like, people had eyes on you. So your personality, how you showed up, and what your work ethic was everything. So it was a high demand time for both of us. We also got along like friends. Like, we called each other the A team, A for Andy, A for Alexa, and that's what we were. Like, we definitely supported each other. Like, if he had a hard day, I would listen to him. If I had a hard day, he would listen to me, and we would celebrate our wins, but also like take care of each other when we were down. So I met his family in California after 6 months. He met my family after 8 months. We flew to Dominican Republic and we went to Boston to visit my family. And this was beautiful, like going to church, living together, meeting each other's friends. Like, I felt like I was living the dream. And because I didn't see this happen for my mom, like, it was just out of a fairy tale for me. After moving in together after 2 years, we that's when the relationship started to get out of like the honeymoon phase. And that's because we were so young, like we were developing into our own individual people. And that's negative about starting a relationship so young is that you don't really know who you are. You really find out like when you're 27, 28. And we were 25, 26, living together. Like, looking back, I'm like, wow, we were bold. And after 2 years of living together, we had the long term talk of like, what do we want out of life? And we just did not see a similar lifestyle at all. I won't go into the specifics because they really don't matter, but I do I do wish like I didn't stay in the relationship that long, even though it was positive and I had a lot of fun. I think I could have gained more life experience like being single in my 20s. So that's the story. I'll make more videos about my experience, but now I'm gonna go into reflections. So my first reflection is do not do not start a 5 year relationship at 23. I think 1 year to 2 year max with a yearly check in on your goals. So that is advice that I would give my younger self. Number two, do not move in with a boyfriend out of convenience just because you want to save money. This does not result to a marriage. It's just basically being a roommate with the opposite sex. And I did not know that at that time. So that's advice that I would give myself. And number three, your 20s are like your best years for learning and growing. You have the most energy, you have the most like enthusiasm for life. And I would definitely recommend to myself to stay single. And that wraps up my first Get Ready With Me and podcast. Let me know your feedback. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be making more of these. Yay! Stay beautiful, honeys.